everyone, welcome to STEAM Time. My name is Dayna. I am the Buena Vista Branch Manager with Monterey County Free Libraries. And today for our STEAM Time theme, we are going to be talking all about weather. And we're going to be experimenting with rain clouds in a jar. Before we get started with our rain cloud in a jar experiment, I wanted to show you 3 really cool books that I was able to get from the library. If you are interested in learning more about STEAM or doing any more science experiments, art projects, we have such great books at the library. Here's 3 of my favorites. This one is STEAM Kids. A lot of great experiments for a variety of age groups. The Smithsonian STEAM Lab is a great choice as well. It has really great colorful pictures. And then Smithsonian Maker Lab is also a really great book if you are interested in anything STEAM related, science, exploring. These books are available at your local library. So these are just 3 of my favorites. So now let's talk about what we are going to need for our rain cloud in a jar. And it only takes 4 things, and you probably have them around your house. So to get started with today's experiment, we're going to need just a few things. You're going to want shaving cream, a glass jar with a wide opening. Doesn't matter the size, the taller the better, depending on how big you want to make your clouds. You're going to want water and food coloring. The plate is optional. My table is dark, so I decided to put my jar on a white plate just to make it easier to see. So for today's experiment, let's talk about what each of these items is going to represent. So the water that we pour into our jar is going to represent air. The shaving cream will be the cloud, and the food coloring is going to act as our rain. And when you are doing your shaving cream cloud, think about the clouds that you see in the sky. So there's 4 clouds that come to mind for me. That is our stratus, cirrus, cumulus, and nimbus clouds. And nimbus clouds are the ones that are gray and big and full of rain or snow. So think about that when you go to make your own cloud on top of your jar. So let's talk a little bit about the science behind the rain cloud in a jar experiment. So we're going to talk about weather and clouds and rain and how that process all works together. So clouds themselves are formed by water vapor. So water vapor rises into the sky and they condense into tiny particles, water droplets. So when these we're talking billions of water droplets come together, that's what forms a cloud. And over time, those droplets form together and they start to collect water. And the more water they collect, the heavier they become. And so when the water droplets grow heavy enough, the gravity that's all around us works to pull them down from the cloud as rain. And that's what falls to the ground. So we are going to replicate that process in our rain clouds in a jar. So let me show you how we're going to do that. So we are going to take our water, which is representative of air, and we're just going to fill our jar. So go ahead and fill it. You don't need to fill it all the way to the top. That's probably good. And then the fun part, you get to create your cloud. So you can create it as fluffy or as little as you want. Think about the clouds we talked about. The thing to remember is the thicker the cloud, the longer it's going to take your rain to fall through, the longer for gravity to pull it through that cloud and rain down. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and make my fluffy cloud. Okay, so I did a big cloud. And your shaving cream will expand. So note that the bigger you make it, it's going to expand even bigger than that. I'm going to use blue to represent our rain today. So we have our air, which is our water. We have our shaving cream cloud. And now we are going to add our droplets in and try to make our cloud really heavy. So we're gonna fill it full, we're going to attract that water, and we're gonna see how long it takes for our rain to fall through. And it might take a little bit of time depending on how thick you made your cloud. I can see, I'm gonna try to turn it a little bit. I can see it starting to fall through in the middle. And start with a few drops. You don't have to start with a lot right away. Give it time to kind of fall through, let gravity do its magic, pulling it through the shaving cream cloud. But if you're impatient, like I am, you can add more and start to see. Another cool thing you can do, definitely have a parent help you with this for mess purposes, but it's also really cool to hold your jar up and look underneath, because a lot of the times you will start to see that color seeping through. So we're gonna give this just a minute. It's gonna take just a few seconds to get that rain down through our cloud into our air, which is our water. So I'm gonna add a few more drops. We're gonna give it just a second, and then I'm gonna come back and show you what my rain cloud in a jar looks like. So I am back. It has been just under a minute since I added my extra drops, and as you can see, our jar is now filling with blue liquid. So our shaving cream cloud became so saturated and so heavy with those water droplets that gravity pulled it through the cloud and it turned into rain in our jar. So here we have our rain cloud in a jar. You can also use this experiment not only to talk about weather and clouds, but color mixing is another fun one you could tie in. If you have different colors of food coloring, feel free to try color mixing, seeing what color you get on the bottom. You can make your own storm cloud in a jar. That could be fun. And if you want to take this experiment just a little bit farther, you can try diluting your food coloring. So right now, I used mine at full strength. So you can also do this by diluting your food coloring. So talk about the concentration in the clouds, the water concentration within your clouds. And that is what leads to the rain itself. So what would happen if we diluted the food coloring? What would happen if we added more water to our experiment? How would that change things? What would that do? So to take this experiment a step further, try diluting and adding more water on top of your shaving cream cloud. Increase that water concentration and see what happens. So I thank you so much for having you join me for today's STEAM time. Stay tuned for next time. We're going to be doing another fun experiment. But in the meantime, don't forget to check out all of the really cool STEAM-themed juvenile nonfiction books at your local library. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, everybody.